our moral character is manifested by the kinds of choices and actions that we do. Kung palagi kang gumagawa ng kabutihan, so that is your moral character. At kung palagi mo din ginagawa ng kasama ng iyong kapwa, then that is also your moral character. So, good character must be cultivated and be brought to maturity, so that somehow, when man will be confronted with moral decisions, he can determine seriously the right choices. Character then is not something bestowed by a higher being, neither a privilege to be enjoyed, but it is a task to be fulfilled by constant struggle to do good. It demands a habitual inner renewal of the person because it is from this that character built. So it demands a habit. Ito yung bagay na paulit-ulit nating ginagawa. Not only because ito yung gusto mong gawin, but also because it is the right thing to do. Moral character are dispositions of both the heart and mind to do virtuous acts. According to Max Scheller 2012, would suggest that one lives in his acts, permitting every act with his peculiar character. This means that an individual needs to evaluate each act he does if it helps him become a better person or not. This is a challenge because the greatest problem a person encounters is the fact that he becomes an alien to himself, pretending to be someone whom he is truly not. It is always a choice to prefer and affirm higher values through being careful with his actions and always pattern them for the realization and actualization of his own character as a person. What an individual needs to strive for is to prove that principles should not be easily swayed by strict people's opinions, fake news, media tricks, propaganda, and selfish interests. Character is tested by a lot of moral struggles. One cannot simply change decisions of personal sacrifice and toil for anything that will weaken his character. This is where the role of family and community comes to play. An African adage would put it this way: it takes a village to raise a child. Parents are directly responsible for the moral upbringing of their children, surrounded by different institutions that take care of welfare of everyone. This wider community of persons is where virtue is introduced and formed. It is a task and a challenge for an individual to grow, develop, and mature in character.
Hello everyone, I'm Rose Amphibia Quinto. So now, let's proceed to the circular relationship between act and character. Circular relationship between act and character, it suggests that our action shapes our character and our character influences our action. This is a continuous cycle where each element reinforces the others. So let's proceed to the how acts shape character. First is repetitive action. The more we perform an action, the more ingrained it becomes in our character. For example, consistently acting with kindness fosters a compassionate character. Next, consequences of action. The outcomes of our action, whether positive or negative, affect how we view ourselves and how others perceive us. This can lead to self-reflection and character development. Last is moral choices. The choice we make in situations that require moral judgment directly shape our value and character. Next, let's move to how character shape acts. First is value and beliefs. Our deeply held value and beliefs influence how we interpret situations and determine our action. For example, someone who value honesty is more likely to act truthfully. Next, personality traits. Our personality traits such as empathy, impulsiveness, or conscientiousness also play a role in shaping our action. Last, habits and tendency. Our established habits and tendency, whether positive or negative, can influence our decisions and behavior. So, I give you an example of the circular relationship between act and character. Example number 1 is the honest employee. An employee who consistently choose to be honest in their work even when faced with temptation, develops a reputation for integrity. This reputation in turn makes it more likely that they will continue to act honestly, further reinforcing their character. Second example is the person who overcomes fear. Someone who overcomes a fear such as public speaking builds confidence and resilience. This newfound confidence might then lead them to take on even greater challenges, further strengthening their character. Last example, the criminal. A person who repeatedly engage in criminal activity might develop a hardened character, becoming more indifferent to the consequences of their actions. This hardened character in turn make them more likely to continue engaging in criminal behavior. The importance of understanding the circular relationship between act and character. Recognizing the circular relationship between act and character is crucial for personal growth and ethical development. It highlights the responsibility we have for our action and the potential for change through intentional choices. By understanding this relationship, we can strive to cultivate positive character traits through conscious and deliberate action.
Hi everyone, I am Isiel Pellegrino. I will discuss about moral character as a disposition. A moral character as a disposition is a tendency of an individual to think, feel, and act in a way that is ethical or unethical. It is a collection of qualities that distinguish one person from another. Here are some aspects of moral character as a disposition. Number 1. Motivational. A disposition to consider the needs and interests of others and how one's action affects others. Number 2. Ability. A disposition to regulate one's behavior effectively, especially behavior that have negative long-term consequences. Number 3. Identity. A disposition to value morality and want to view oneself as a moral person. Number 4. Virtues and vice. A person has a particular moral character when they have or lack certain virtues and vice. Number 5. Habits. The development of good habits of thoughts and action is essential to a formation of good character. Number 6. Moral education. Moral education is emphasized in connection with moral character. These are an example of moral character as a disposition. It could be a person who consistently shows generosity even in a small or everyday action, such as offering help to a neighbor or donating to charity without seeking recognition. Their generosity is not a one-time decision but is a consistent and enduring aspect of their character, demonstrating a moral disposition toward helping others.
Good day everyone, my name is Peras Mianee. For now, I tackle to you about the 6 stages of moral development. So this text excerpt describes Lawrence Kober's theory of moral development, which builds upon the work of Jean Piaget. Kober used storytelling to illustrate moral dilemmas, forcing individuals to consider conflicting values and prioritize. So the Hans dilemma, a famous example, presents a situation where a man must choose between obeying the law and saving his wife's life. So this story is used to explore the different stages of moral reasoning proper by Kober's theory. American psychologist Lawrence Kober in 1927 to 1987 is best known for his theory of stages of moral development. So So in principle, he agreed with the Swiss clinical psychologist Jean Piaget at 1896 to 1980 theory of moral development, but wanted to develop his ideas further. So Covers employed Piaget's storytelling techniques to tell stories involving moral dilemmas. In each case, Covers offer an option to be considered, for example, between the rights of some authority and the needs of some deserving person who is being unfairly treated. One
Hi everyone, I am Ruth Jerome Romero. So I will be discussing to you the conscience-based moral decision of Colbert stages.
Another way to view Colbert's stages, especially when combined with Piaget's theory. Stage 1 is to respect for power and punishment. A young child aged 1 to 5 chooses what to do, what is right, according to what he or she wants to do and can do without getting into trouble. In this level, to be right, one oath to be obedient to the people in power and thus avoid punishment. The motto in this stage seems to be might makes right. For example, a child avoids stealing a cookie because they know they'll get into trouble. While stage 2 is opposite from stage 1. Children aged 5 to 10 are disposed to be egotistic or self-serving. They lack respect for others' rights but may give to others on the assumption that they will get as much or even more in return. Instead of loyalty, gratitude, or justice, the case is more a matter of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. The motto here seems to be what's in it for me? Example, a child helps a friend with their homework because they expect a favor in return.
It's like a Venus Romero, and today I will be going to talk to you about the third and fourth stage of moral development. Stage being a good boy or a nice girl. At this stage, people act in a way to gain approval from others like parents, teachers, or friends. They want to be liked and seen as good in the eyes of those who matter to them. Their decisions are often based on what others expect, not necessarily on what they think is right or wrong. For example, a student named Sarah, she sees her friends helping clean up after a school event. Even though she doesn't really want to, she joins in because she wants her teacher and friends to think she's helpful and kind. Stage 4. Law and order thinking. People follow rules because they believe it's important for society to function smoothly. They focus on doing their duty and respecting laws even if they don't always agree with them. This stage is less about personal relationships and more about maintaining order for everyone. For example, John, who's driving home late at night on an empty road, he still stops at red lights even though there's no traffic because he believes it's important to follow the law to keep order and avoid chaos.
Good morning everyone, my name is Nidalyn Perez. Today I will be going to tackle the moral character and virtues on stage 5 and 6. On stage 5, justice through democracy means people understand that laws aren't always perfect. If a law is unfair, they believe it should be changed to protect everyone's right. Instead of just following the rules, they think it's more important to do what's right. For example, public programs that provide social security or medical care to all elderly and retired persons are examples of distributive justice on constitutional democracy. On stage 6, deciding on basic moral principles by which you will live your life and relate to everyone fairly. These rather rare people have considered many values and have decided on philosophy of life that truly guides their life. They do not automatically conform to traditional or others' beliefs or even to their own emotions, institutions, or impulsive notions about right and wrong. On stage 6, people carefully choose basic principles to follow, such as caring for respecting every living thing, feeling that we are all equal and deserve equal opportunities.
Hi guys, my name is Shina Sakur and now I'm going to explain the problem of Kolbe theory. Kolbe theory of moral development has inspired a lot of discussion, and it's important to note that not all ethnicists agree with his ideas. One major criticism is that his moral dilemmas, particularly the famous Hell's Dilemma, are seen as artificial and lacking ecological validity. This means that they don't accurately reflect real-life situation. For instance, in the Hell's Dilemma, Kolbe's subjects were mostly young people ages between 10 and 16 who had never been married. This raises questions about their credibility when asked to decide whether Hans should steal the drug to save his wife. Since these young individuals hadn't experienced significant life events like marriage, their responses may not be reliable when evaluating complex moral decisions. This really makes us wonder how about applicable these findings are to real-world ethical reasoning. Moreover, the age and lack of life experience of the subject further complicate the situation. When faced with the dilemmas about stealing a drug to save loved one's life, young people may not fully understand the moral implication involved, especially since they haven't navigated the complexities of adult relationships and responsibilities. Moreover, this criticism of ecological validity highlights some key limitations of Kolbe theory. While it has certainly contributed to our understanding of moral development, its reliance on artificial dilemmas may not adequately capture the complexities of moral reasoning we're seeing in the rice context. Kolbe proposed that individuals progress through three levels of moral development. First, pre-conventional, second, conventional, third, post-conventional. It's containing two stages. As people move through these stages, they develop a more sophisticated understanding of morality, shifting from self-interest to societal norms and ultimately to universal ethical principles. However, the concern raised about the theory suggests that we need to consider a broader perspective on how moral reasoning actually develop in real life. That's all. Thank you.